Welcome to the GTP. My name is Scott, and we're going to go ahead and discuss 10 brand new exciting releases coming out for this month in October. This is no April Fool's at all. Hopefully the video comes out within today or tomorrow with the latest. And you might be noticing behind me, there's a bit of a mess back there. Yes, there is indeed. I am at the new studio space as we're building these shelves. I want to say a special thank you to the Manga Sloth if you follow his channel. These shelves are very similar. I actually reached out to the master, the grandmaster himself of slothiness. I said, hey, how do I build something like you did? I'm just trying to maximize as much space. And he was extremely helpful and willing and just gave me tips, showed me exactly links from Amazon on the shelving he bought. And I'll have a video in the near future just going over this whole collection. And I apologize, I still have about 20 boxes still I need to go through. We've almost run out of space here, so I apologize for the mess. Things aren't where they need to be. I have like My Hero Vigilantes over here, My Hero over here. I have Shunozumi. I have some of his works over here, It's just, it's a mess. But I'm just trying to unpack everything, get it onto the shelves, and we'll do one video of like what the heck has happened with this whole move. And I apologize in advance. Whew, I know I'm ranting even more. You're like, Scott, just get to the top 10. It's been a lot, my friends. Moving is tough, and I've been trying to vlog just my thoughts and my honest feelings throughout this whole thing. But it is a long process moving so much manga, and I don't know if I'd ever want to do it again, to be honest. It's a lot. I'm very grateful for this collection. I'm very grateful I can do this. But it is not easy, but the show must go on. So even though it's not perfection, I always think that done is better than perfect. So let's go ahead and get started with top 10 new releases that I'm just excited about for April. And usually in this video, I like to show you new titles as well as things that, hey, might not have been on your radar. There's some things that are coming up that I just was like, oh, I can't believe it's coming out. I better pre-order right away. As well as I like to talk about series that are ending, which maybe it's time to get the whole thing. Or, hey, here's volume 2. It's my last time I'll really push on this series. If you haven't checked it out, you got to check it out already. So with that, let's talk about a volume 2 already first, and that is Firefly Wedding. This is the volume 1. This is an assassin series. Assassin-ish. This is about a girl who is at the end of her life, and she convinces assassins that says, hey, why don't I'll pay you if you go ahead and save me. And then there's this is a shoujo, this romance going on. And what just drew me so much in this is not only the story, but the artwork itself. And even though it's a shoujo series, it almost feels more of a shonen when you look at that artwork. I've talked a ton about Firefly Wedding, you've just seen in the pictures here. Wow, just highly recommend checking out if you've not already. Again, this is volume 1, but you're going to want to go and check that out. Volume 2 comes out this April, pending any delays. Next I want to announce is volume 2 of Glasses with a Chance of Delinquent. So this series wasn't on my radar whatsoever, but our friend of the channel, Laura has recommended this. If you haven't checked out her channel, just phenomenal. Her shoujo news and her reviews, and I highly respect her opinion. She told me because of her, I got into Remarried Empress, I got into Why Relena Ended Up at the Duke's Mansion, and those are some of my favorite titles whatsoever. Well, her favorite the past year was that she's looking forward to is Glasses with a Chance of Delinquent. So because of that, I have the first volume here of this girl dealing with the delinquent here, and just phenomenal. I don't want to spoil it, though. If you do yourself a chance, this is my first time really talking about it just because this was new to me. Might not be new to you, but check this out if you're looking for another shoujo series, Glasses with Chance of Delinquents. The first volume's out, second one's coming out this April. And then let's go ahead and move on to just some new stuff. Well, new-ish is we have Kaiju number 8, the B-side. This is a spin-off for the Kaiju number 8 series, following one of the other main characters. So I have enjoyed Kaiju number 8. It's a very fast read. And there's a lot of humor in the beginning, and my hope is with this, the side story will get some of that humor back and not just the non-stop action going on and just the intensity with each of these kaiju. So it's a phenomenal series, and with this side story, I'm interested to see how they take that premise and how well it does. So I thought that was another one to go ahead and highlight. Another one, a series that's ending if you're trying to be a collector. So I have the singles of Your Lie in April. This is a music series, but the final omnibus from Kodansha is coming out, which is 11 total. And for a lot of people, this would be in their top 20 of best series if you're looking that ends within less than 15 volumes. So if you're looking for a good music series, it might be time to pick up Your Lie in April if you've not already. I'm sure in the comments below you'll share your thoughts if you've read the series already. But for 11 volumes, and to know it's in the omnibus form, it's such an easy way to collect. Kodansha does a really good job with reprinting series, so it's a time is now to get the series and pick it up. There's no easier time to get Your Lie in April than right now. Let's talk about another series that's ending, and that is Moriarty the Patriot with the 19th volume. It's the final volume with this, which is really part one of this entire series, the Sherlock Holmes, Moriarty being, you know, sorry, the brother with the Moriarty. I'm butchering. So I haven't fully read this, shame on me, but I was waiting for the last volume to come out of this series. This series I actually chose to drop because I had so many other things to read. But after I was like, oh, there's not too much left. Let's go and pick this up. Now, this is more of a deeper cut. I don't know too many people who even collect this series, so I don't know what it's going to be like with Viz Media continuing to reprint this series, as there's some older series right now that I believe need some love, kind of like Siren or iShield 21, that is still on their catalog, but we have not seen a physical print, and it doesn't look like anytime soon. I hope they reprint them soon and do it this year. But man, some of these ones I've been waiting for 3+ years for them to reprint, and they have not already. So this might be more of the deeper cut. If you're on the fence, this might be the time to go ahead and pick up Moriarty the Patriot. And then speaking of another side story, kind of like Kaiju, but this is one I'm excited about. I know I requested a review copy from Yen Press, so you'll see them in the near future. But Bocchi the Rock, we now have the side story coming out of that. And I'm just, I love Bocchi the Rock. I love the 4 panels where we drop down. It's just so funny. It's been such just a good, wholesome series. Now I'm so excited to see about one of the bandmates seeing her sister, as she used to have her own band, and now she just runs this club. So I'm excited to see her side of it and what happened. So I just think it's going to be good. Speaking of 4 panels, the next one I actually want to highlight is a volume 2, and that is Mono, which has 4 panels just as well, and it's from the same author that gave us Laid Back Camp. Now, a few months ago, Yen Press sent me a bunch of releases. I think there's at least 8 of them, and it was my favorite new release from them with these girls, as they combine their 3 clubs together into one. There's this struggling manga artist they're kind of friends with, and they're tasting local delicacies as they're traveling, and it was just a really good, just funny series. I had many laugh out loud moments, and it makes me immediately now want to check out Laid Back Camp. So that one was just completely under my radar, so it's one I highly recommend. I'd show you volume 1 of Mono, but it's somewhere in one of my boxes, so I'm excited for that second volume. Let's go ahead and now talk about Ashino Ozumi. This is a one-shot called Toxic Daughter, and it's actually based off of sort of a prequel-ish to a horror movie in Japan. So it's a one-shot, one and done, which I'm sure after you're going to read that, you're going to probably want to go ahead and check out the movie. So I have never seen the movie, but I was just pleasantly surprised to see another one of Shuzo Ozumi's work. He's the same person that gave us Blood on the Tracks, which is one of my favorite manga of all time. He gives The Flowers of Evil and Happiness, which I did not like, but I'm looking forward to another one-shot from him. And I know there's a lot of people that are trying to collect all his work, so that just was under my radar. Let's go ahead and now talk out another one, which is, I'm just saying, I wanted to share this one because it's one of my favorite ongoing series. It's volume 8. I know it's not a 1 or 2, or it's not towards the end, but it's a series that seems like it only comes out once a year now is when we get a new volume, because it's a monthly series in Japan. That's none other than Dia Dark. Here's volume 1. It's one of my top 30 series of all time. But just a little caveat on Dia Dark, I'm embarrassed to say this as a manga collector. I didn't even know we were getting a volume 8 in April. So I was literally scrolling through, trying to do my research for my pre-orders, and I'm like, oh, there's a new Dia Dark, completely off my radar. So because of that, I know I'm breaking the rule. If it's not the end, it's not a 1 or 2, it's not a brand new release, but I thought it'd be important to bring up Dia Dark as we're getting, putting this backwards, we're getting the 8th volume for that. So that should be on your radar if you're looking for that. Another thing that's new I'm excited about is The Climber. This is from the same author that gave us Innocent, which I have up here somewhere if I remember, and gave us the hashtag DRDL, which is the Dracula series, Midnight Children. So with Midnight Children and with Innocent, we're finally getting the author's other work. It's going to be a 2-in-1 omnibus from Viz Media, and that is The Climber. I'm so looking forward to this series. I immediately pre-ordered. It's a day 1 pre-order for me when it was announced a while ago. So that's another one. And I gotta say, I saw someone who got an early copy of it, and man, that book looks thick. And we know baby likes book when it's that thick. So I really appreciate that. So I gave you 10. I'm just gonna spout off a couple other ones that are on my radar. Veil got pushed again. So Veil is now coming out April 29th. So I mentioned that in a previous video. And so if you're waiting for Veil, that should be coming out, as well as we have Ashita no Joe Volume 2. I'm just gonna wait for a sale for that one, but that's another one that's on my radar as well. And I gotta say, my friends, there was probably over 16 titles that I was thinking through, and it was really hard to whittle down this list to just 10. And I just threw out 2 more things that I'm excited about. So as things come out, there's things that I never even heard of that I want to just do a little more research and check out for myself before I go ahead and mention it to you guys, maybe even pre-order and read it, and then, hey, I might be in a new release video in the future. So, hey, thank you so much for watching. I'd love to know in the comments below, what are you planning on picking up for this month of April, or what you plan on reading? And I apologize, the coloring probably is going to look not as well in this video. And again, I'm sorry for the mess. I really wanted to get this video out to you guys. I know how important this is. Even one view, if one person watches this video even to the end, that honestly makes the whole thing worth it to me. So I'm very grateful for you guys. I'm very grateful for your patience. We're this close to being on a more regular schedule where I'm having multiple videos out during a week. I know how important that is for you. So because of that, I'm going to work even harder on that. And hey, if you're going to be SakuraCon, what's SakuraCon? Well, it's one of the greatest anime conventions in the Seattle area. If you are going to SakuraCon this year, I will be there, and I am hosting a panel talking about the master of manga collecting, and I'd love to see you there if you want to go and check that out. Yen Press also does a panel, which is just phenomenal, but I would love to meet you in person if you just want to say hi. So I'm going to be having a panel just on the master of manga collecting. If you'd love to share your thoughts, I'd love to hear it from you, as this is the first time I have ever led a panel before. So I'm excited to try it out. My family is going to be helping me, so if you're curious what my family looks like, you can say hi and meet them as well, but we're going to go ahead and be doing that. And I apologize, probably should be smiling more. There's a lot of mental fatigue. I have a new job now. It's part of the reason why we moved, and I'm just tired. I feel these bags under my eyes. It's like working a muscle. Kind of like when you go to the gym after a while, you get really sore if you haven't been there in a while, and I'm feeling that with my brain right now. With this job I'm having, it's very fast paced, and it's good hours, but it's a lot of things. It's knowledge work, which it's a lot of thinking, a lot of meetings, making big decisions, helping people think through strategy, creating strategy. That's what I do for my job, and it's just a lot of mental fatigue, and I'm getting there. So I apologize if I'm not as animated or excited as I usually am through my past videos. We will get there. You will get that Scott back again, but that's just a little bit what's going on behind the scenes. So hey, thank you so much for watching. I know most people have turned off by now, but thank you. I really appreciate you. I appreciate you being part of this channel, and thank you for your patience as we get back to full steam. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.